Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mikhail Muiz Zakwan bin Abdul Razak. I'm from LG2431B and my ID code is 2025485872. So in my video, I will be teaching you guys about what is noun, what are the example of noun, how many types of noun are there, and how to use noun in a sentence. And at the end of the video, I will provide some exercise for you guys to do. So I hope you enjoy my video, and let's continue to the next part. Okay, so for the definition of a noun, to make you guys easier to understand, what is a noun? Noun is a part of speech that comprise words that are used to name people, an object, places, animals, or ideas. So basically, you will find a noun in every single sentence, and every noun will have a different role in a sentence. So moving on to the next part, which is the basic uses of a noun. So noun can be act as a subject. So the first one is noun can be act as an indirect object, a direct object, a subject complement, and an object complement. And noun can also be used as an adjective and verbs. Okay, so as you guys can see besides me, I have inserted some of the nouns, which is there are 9 type of noun. So we have plural noun, we have singular noun, we have collective noun, we have countable noun, we have uncountable noun, we have proper noun, we have common noun, and we have concrete noun. So there are 9 types of noun, and I will explain 5 types of the nouns that are usually the hardest one. So moving on to the next video. Okay everyone, so now I will be explaining about collective noun. Collective noun is a naming word that are used to denote a group of people, animals, or objects. So for the first example, if you see a lot of sheep or a lot of bees somewhere, you can simply say, I saw a flock of sheep, and I saw a swarm of bees. And then if you want to describe a group of objects or things, you can say, I have a pair of shoes. Or maybe if you go to the ocean and you see a lot of ships, a better ships, you can say, I saw a fleet of ships, a fleet of better ships. So we will continue with uncountable noun. So let's continue with uncountable noun. Uncountable noun is a noun that cannot be counted with numbers, or an abstract idea, or things like gases or liquid or powders. And for example, for an abstract idea like knowledge, love, so we cannot count them because it is an idea. And for another example is like rice, it is too small, it cannot be counted because the object is very small. And then that's where we use uncountable noun. Countable noun, we can count with numbers, and there are 2 types, which is singular and plural noun. For the singular noun, we can use determiner like a or an for a specific object. So for example, I saw an aeroplane. An aeroplane specifically means one aeroplane only. And then brought 10 packets of Lays. 10 is a specific number which we can count. And then a dozen of eggs. A dozen of eggs means 12 eggs. So basically, a countable noun will have a specific number of an object which is we can count. A concrete noun refers to an object that are material and can be perceived with human senses. So for example, it can be see, it can be taste, it can be touch, it can be hear and it can be smell. So whatever things that we can use with our human senses, we can call it a concrete noun. So you can see as the example like besides me. So these are the example for how concrete nouns are really written in a sentence. So everyone, let's do some practice together so that we can remember about the lesson that we just learned about the type of noun and how to use it in a sentence. I will give you guys 5 minutes to write down your answers about what are the type of noun that are being used from sentence 1 to 5. Okay, time's up. Okay, so for the first question, the elephant is an intelligent animal. So what are the type of noun that are being used in the sentence? Correct, a common noun. Because why? Because elephant is an animal. And then the second question is the shepherd took the flock of sheep to the field. Like I said before, a flock of sheep is a group of animal, and then we cannot use a lot of sheep. We can use a flock of sheep because it is a group of animal and it is considered as collective noun. Correct. And then for the third question, Aiman brought 5 bottles of Budu for the trip. So I guess this is the most easiest question because it is specifically tell us how many bottles that Aiman brought for his trip. It is 5, and when you can count it with numbers, it is a countable noun. Exactly. And then for the fourth question, Christina have a lot of money to spend at the supermarket. It is an uncountable noun because we cannot count how many money did Christina have for her to spend at the supermarket, because we cannot count it with numbers because it is an idea. And then for the last question, a red fox has followed us going back home. Yes, correct. It is same answer as the number 1 question, which is a common noun because a red fox is an animal. Okay everyone, thank you for listening to my video. I hope you guys enjoy learning about nouns from me, about what are the type of noun and how to use it in a sentence. And I think that's all from me, teacher Mika, and I hope to see you guys soon as possible, as I will be posting a lot of videos for you guys. Thank you everyone, bye bye.